afternoon. My name is Kim Brown, and I'm going to show you how to do one of my favorite things, make my own personal invitation. We start with some blank invitations. As you can see, there's nothing on this at all. And in this package, you'll get your invitation, some blank cards that you can design yourself to see what you want to do. Now, the first thing you have to do is come up with a plan. What am I going to fill in this? How do I want to do it? So when you come up with that plan, you get your basic idea, then you get your computer and you sit down and you type, and then you put these through your printer, and that way you can have your printed invitation. So Picture Liberty is already running this through the printer, and these separate off very easily. And I ran these through the printer so I could have them to show you today. You have your basic invitation. I'm doing a wedding invitation. There are your directions to the reception in the church. Here's the reception invitation and a reply card. They're already pre-printed. I also pre-printed my response envelope again on my printer with my computer, and I also pre-printed my envelope. And if you use the right font, you can make it look like calligraphy and people never know the difference. So I'm going to put these aside for now, but I'm going to show you how I personalize our invitations with a design. I personally got stamps made with sayings that I liked on it and graphics, but you can go to the craft store and get any other things that you like yourself. But I got these because I thought they were really nice. You take, what I did was I took a stamp pad for embossing. It really doesn't show anything on here when you do it. It looks like it's invisible ink. But then you take some embossing powder and you sprinkle it on what you just stamped, and very carefully take it and wipe off the excess. You use a heat gun. The heat gun produces heat, which makes your lettering raise up and become embossed. And if you look at it, you can see that the lettering is raising up on the card, and it's becoming and taking on its own life of itself. I then took the invitation and I wanted something on the front, so I folded this over and closed the front because this is the way I would like to have it closed. And I took our other stamp and I carefully centered it in the area I wanted embossed. I then used a silver embossing powder because I wanted it a little different. Again, I sprinkled it on the invitation and again tapped off the excess, leaving a very faint image. I then took my embossing gun one more time, and again I heated up the embossing powder, which makes the image raise up on here so you can actually feel it when you rub your finger across it, that the image is now raised on the invitation. And then, I'm going to move this aside, I opened up the inside and I took the invitation that I already had pre-printed, and I took these little stickers, and these are used for mounting your invitation to the back of the cover that you just designed and made on the invitation. So you'll put these on and then just peel off the double stick part of it. And then you just stick it onto the invitation. I then took the directions and slid them inside. The reception invitation. And I didn't want just a plain old reception card, so I took a little punch, and I went and I punched out double hearts, I took a little piece of pink paper, cut out a little square, and then I glued it on the back of my punch, and now I have a cute pink little double heart on my response card. I slid it in front of the reception invitation, and I took a stamp, put it on my return envelope, slid it behind so you could see it, closed it, and then I took a piece of pink ribbon that I carefully cut, I brought the flap on the outside, took the pink ribbon and tied a bow. But first I took a little charm that we had with a little silver ribbon and tied that charm onto this bow. So you would have a little charm that hung down that people could see. And then I finished tying my bow. And then you had the finished product, and I'll show you one that I finished very neatly. This is what the product looks like when we're all finished. I then took the invitation, put it into a pre-printed envelope, sealed it, and stamped it. Is there any questions anyone has on this process that I used to make this invitation?
Where do you get the blank invitations at?
The blank invitations, you could pick them up at AC Moore or even Walmart. Sometimes you can find them there. They come blank with all the different things that I showed you that I stuck into our invitation. All those parts come in the package that I purchased.
And what does that cost to do your own invitations?
Well, for everything that I added to my invitation, our invitation came out to about $4. And the reason why I spent a little bit more is because it's a wedding, so I wanted it to be special. And then I also like the beauty of making my own invitation. It adds that special appeal and makes me feel good about everything that I've done, and I have fun doing it.
Can you just drop the invitations in the mailbox?
Well, sometimes you can, but the fact that I put a charm in it, I would highly recommend having them weighed first of all, because sometimes it's a little bit more postage because it weighs a little bit more. And the fact that there's a charm on it could cause it to get hung up in the postage cancellation machine. So I always recommend at least going, and if you have something like a charm, getting it hand canceled. Are there any other questions?
And you made it look so professional. Where do you get all your materials from?
Well, I bought my materials, a lot of the stamps I had made online. You can go to there's many websites where you can actually go and type in what you want, and they'll make the stamp up with your type already on it. I submitted a JPEG image, and they actually made this for me. And the other things, the charm and everything, I ordered them off of line. But a lot of the stuff you can still get at your regular arts and crafts store. Some things I like are just a little more unique, and that's why I like to look online to see what I can find that's different. Are there any other questions? Thank you for coming.